talk about how we can use contests and giveaways to grow our database.
Yeah, and I want to be very clear, and this is a big statement, but I'm going to make it. The number one way to add a lot of people to your database and get accurate phone numbers in the process is to do some type of contest or giveaway. So as an example, Quicken Loans does this every year. They've got a big partnership with the PGA Tour. And they have a really cool contest where for every hole-in-one during the PGA season, they will pay off someone's mortgage. Now, I'd love to know, this would be fun in the chat, like, I want you guys to try to guess how many hole-in-ones there are per year in the chat. I'd love people to try to guess that because it's a number that's probably hard to guess. But long story short, I'm going to give you guys the answer after you guess a little bit. 17 last year, okay? So Quicken Loans paid off 17 people's mortgages in full based on a partnership with the PGA Tour. Here's the whole point, Jimmy. Do you think if you might be getting a alert that your mortgage was paid off, you might give a real fucking phone number? Like if I'm trying to win a mortgage being paid off for me,
you're not giving them 555.
I ain't doing 1212. You know what I mean? I ain't doing 8888888. I'm going with the real digits because I want to win. Now, there's two keys to this. One is you have to have a follow-up strategy in place because if you get a lot of people entering to win a contest, well, guess what? You've got to follow up with them still and say, hey, good news, you won, or bad news, you didn't win, but I wanted to follow up to make sure you weren't looking to buy or sell a home soon. That was another part of the reason we did the contest. It's literally, there has to be some follow-up that happens. Now, the beauty of this, Jimmy, is when you get so many people, like, just think of it this way, guys. 5 to 7% of the people that live near you are going to do a deal this year, period. So if you get 100, by any means necessary, there's 5 deals in there. But you have to go and work that list to get those deals. Now, here's the other thing, Jimmy. A lot of people are probably thinking right now, well, Chris, I'm going to get like sued and banned and disbarred from the MLS if I pay off somebody's mortgage. I'm not allowed to do that. I get that. I know you're not Quicken Loans. I know you're not the PGA. But Jimmy, if we can pull up the contest that our clients have done to grow the crap out of their database, like it can be a hyper local experience, like going to a hockey game. It can be as simple as a $25 gift card to a popular local restaurant or store. Like you can do this and still do it within the rules. Like one of our clients, Chris Bowen, you know, they gave away like a kitchen made mixer. And what I found, I researched this tremendously, like in every single instance, the ad blew up. More likes, more comments, more shares, and more link clicks than anything else you can do.
We're looking at that one right now, Chris. That one has 200 likes, 187 comments, and 93 shares.
Now, here's the problem, though, real quick. I'm going to be a little critical of our own customers here because there's 2 ways to grow with this tactic. One is you can grow your social following. Like we did this with a contest with Gary Vee. We gave away a ticket to his conference in exchange for following me. So that was me growing my following. And that's what I see a lot of our clients doing, Jimmy. They're using these contests to grow their followers. But I don't know if that's the best use for a local realtor. What my call to action would be to enter to win, click here, fill out the form. We'll let you know if you won. So when you're doing a contest or a giveaway, you can get a like, you can get them to tag somebody below, but ultimately you're going to get accurate emails and accurate phone numbers if you do this right. So you're probably better off driving them to a form or a landing page, not just getting the like on Facebook.
Yeah, I love that. And there's 2 things that when you share this with me, 2 things that came to mind, I think, when you think about running a great contest. The first is if you can give something away that helps you learn something about the person you're giving it away to. So Quicken Loans giving away and paying off the mortgage means every single person who actually subscribes has a mortgage.
Period.
If you give away a KitchenAid giveaway, well, what you're really saying is, listen, if you live in a shitty apartment, listen, I lived in lots of shitty apartments in my life here in the north end of Boston. If you live in a shitty apartment with like barely any counter space, you ain't getting a KitchenAid. You have no space for that. Typically, that's something you put on display to show all your friends on your granite countertop.
It's a great example. If you give away a grill, a big
you got a backyard.
grill, you got to probably have a bigger backyard to fit that grill.
Yeah.
If you give away pool furniture, right?
Like, you got a pool.
Yeah,
You learn something about the person. And the second thing I'll say, one last thing before we move on to number 2 here, Chris, the ability for you to have a secondary gift to the people who don't win. I want you to talk about that. Give me your advice there, because you can only give away one KitchenAid, one grill, one pool, furniture. What is that? What's the angle there for everyone who loses? Is there a way to still make them feel good?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind, if I'm being honest, is just to like let them know about the next time that they could win. You know what I mean? So it's sort of like, hey, we wanted you to win, but you didn't win.
Yeah.
But the good news is we're going to be doing another giveaway soon that you can enter. Keep an eye out for it.
Yep.
I think it gets like, if you're saying, hey, sorry, you didn't win the gift card, but you want a CMA.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Give me that bullshit.
That was going to be my line, but yes, I think it is thoughtful to sort of like create a win-win with the contest.
Yeah.
In other words, if you're partnering with a local business like you're describing here, perhaps the local business can participate and offer some type of discount or happy hour.
Sure. Yeah. Well, let's be real. If you're doing any kind of contest or giveaway for a local restaurant or a local event, you've got to get the restaurant to share the contest too. I mean, they're going to be more than happy to. So anyway, it's a good strategy. Yeah,
it's a perfect transition, because when you think about sharing, this is actually something we always encourage every single week. In fact, this week, as usual, we're giving away a free copy of a book that we love here at Curator called Words That Sell. And I'll explain exactly how you can participate and win a free copy of this. We're giving away 3 free copies. All you have to do is share this live stream. And when you share this live stream, we recommend sharing it in your private, Facebook groups with other realtors. Share it on your Facebook profile if you got a lot of connections. But we're going to actually, at the end of today's show, give away 3 free copies of Words That Sell, Chris. And one quick note about this book, this is sort of a marketer's Bible, because I think when you and I talk a lot about how words are important. You wrote about it in the conversion code. When you're writing emails, writing ads, writing blog posts, you're using words. And Words That Sell is sort of that reference guide. By having it next to your desk, you're able to sort of mix things up a little bit and not say the same thing over and over again.
A great place to use that book for the people watching, Jimmy, is in their MLS descriptions. Like, if I have to read about one more charming bungalow, there are better words to use than the words you're using.
Yeah.
And that is a great book. We're giving away 3 free copies. And that's a good example of, like, we're not asking you to share because Jimmy looks good today. We're asking you to share, Chris, because we're giving you something of value in exchange for sharing. So apply that to the tip. Like, what is more valuable than my phone number? What is more valuable than my email? That's really where this starts. But there's some great example there. We showed the hockey giveaway. We showed the restaurant giveaway. A local bookstore one blew up, Jimmy. I mean, you can almost use this to, almost like a 2-step strategy. Step 1, build a relationship with the other entrepreneurs that are successful. Step 2, use that relationship to double your database.